Okay, hey guys, I'm back with a brand new video. I'm finally ready to show you the layout, or map if you want to call it, of the school in Outlast 2. So, this was pretty interesting. How I did this was I drew up all of the scenes in Outlast 2, and at the end, it was like a big puzzle, just connecting all the parts, and this is what I came up with. The school is 2 stories tall with a roof. The roof would really be considered the third floor if you want. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. So here we have the first floor. And yeah. So, we have kind of the entrance. There is a gate and some fences. Here's the main entrance. This is in the third school scene, I think, this part, which is the main hallway. You start in the music class, and then you go down this hallway. That guy runs towards you. Then you go out those doors, and at the end, once you go through the gate, the ground crumbles, and you meet Ethan shortly after. There's kind of these buildings back here, which are really hard to see. The only way you can see them is actually without your camera. You see shadows of buildings, so kind of, well, it's not really buildings, I guess it's part of the building, but I don't really know what's there. To your right, there's this hallway that I don't know what that goes to, so any of you guys that want to help me out, just to your left as you go down this hall and that guy runs towards you at the end of this hallway, so that'll be kind of nice to see what's there. I'll give you a mention if you help me out, then I'll do a updated version. But on the left, there's this other hallway. There's just a small office. And there's this classroom that you can't access and doesn't actually have a door to it. The only one who can see it is in the courtyard. You can look in, there's a classroom, so I don't even know the number of it, too, so that's kind of weird. It has this random door that leads nowhere, too. There's this other classroom. This part right here is, well, this section here actually shows up in 2 scenes. It's in the Laird and Nick section of the game, where the Skald are, that part, and the administration section actually shows up in 2 scenes, so so this is twice. So yeah, over here is administration. There's a bunch of offices and the restroom, and this is actually the part of the game where the school demon shows up for the first time. Well, not really shows up for the first time, chases you for the first time. So, and one of the offices is where you get prank called. Over here, there's a bunch of classrooms. This is in that scene where you have to do like the hangman's thing, and it's like after you go through Temple Gate and you drop down through that ceiling. And in this long hallway that there's really no purpose of, this is where you get jump scared by that school demon. And there's an office, and that's how you get out of that scene. So yeah, there's a bunch of classrooms here, a bunch of hallways. Here we have the cafeteria, which shows up many times. There's a little kind of serving area, which has a hatch going down. If you can kind of see it, I made it faint. There's like this kind of little basement area. There's just a bunch of hallways, I guess for maintenance. There's this little area that leads back to that hallway. And then there's the kitchen and the storage units, which shows up a few times as well. You see Jessica there a few times. So yeah, there's a cafeteria, and then it has an exit leading into the courtyard, which is also kind of popular, I guess. That shows up a few times. There's some more hatches. Through this door is a staircase. There's actually 2 in the school. No elevators, though. Let's see. Or actually, is that where the school demon first chases you on that staircase? I actually don't remember. But in the main hallway, there's 2 restrooms, a classroom, Some storage rooms. I think both of them are storage rooms, but you can't access 104A because I think it's locked, or it just has a door that you can't get through. On each side there are two hallways. This was the hallway where Jessica was found hanging, and then that monster takes her, and this is that hallway. And it does have an exit leading back into the courtyard. There's a hallway, and off of it is the office and storage room. This is actually a teacher's office, it's called, so. And that hallway. I think this was the classroom that, yeah, it was, where you drop down through that vent. Like, after you get in the elevator in real life, you know, where Marta finishes chasing you at that little section, and you look down the well, and that monster takes you in, you go through that vent, and then you drop down to this classroom. And then you go through here, through this office, and then you see Jessica. And then through that door, you end up in someone's house, but this is actually a classroom. And there's a bunch, there's 4 here. One of them is a music class, which I think shows up twice. But then on the other side, there's a small office, which actually has this little hallway leading into the swimming pool. And swimming pool, yes, it's quite close to the main entrance. And it's actually like one of the first doors on the right. This leads to a hallway with a staircase going up. I just said there's 2 staircases. Well, 2 main staircases. This is kind of the third one. There are 2 changing rooms and restrooms. And here's the actual swimming pool, which is 2 stories tall. Over here is another hallway where I don't know where it leads to. It leads to nowhere, so that's another part. And over here is this back hallway. I would consider this the back. A bunch of hallways leading back there. Another hallway over here, which has another classroom and also a large restroom with 9 toilets. And this shows up once. This is one of the last scenes where the school demon is chasing you, and you go through and he starts singing that song. And yeah, so this is the last scene, the last major school scene. You're with Jessica. You guys are walking along, and then the Father Laudermilch approaches you. Then you go back here towards the main exit, and then she screams, and you go through here. And then you go to this staircase, which is the other main staircase, and that's where Jessica died. She fell down the stairs, she broke her neck, and we find out that she didn't hang herself. Well, she kind of did. Well, the teacher set it up as a suicide, so he wouldn't be blamed for the murder. Because I don't know which it is. I don't know if she fell down the stairs herself while trying to avoid him, which I don't think it actually is, because she fell down towards the way that they were running, so. Or the teacher pushed her. Yeah. Is that actually the whole first floor? Yeah, it is. Wow. That was pretty neat. Anything I missed out? Anything interesting? So yeah, there's, 2 places I don't know where they lead to, this hallway, and that maybe they can just, like, connect, like, and then go back there, I don't know. That's what I always try to do. I'm always trying to think of, you know, if I don't know what an area looks like, I try to do some guesswork, but this is Red Barrels, you know, and in video games in general, they always don't, if you have like a large building, sometimes they don't include other parts. They don't bother making them, because what's the point of building an entire like school if you're only gonna go towards these certain places, you know, just like in the asylum too. You had that secret building. So yeah, next I'm going to show you the second floor, since I can actually put this in one video. Alright, second floor. You see more of this in the later parts of the game. Where should we start off with? Let's start with the courtyard. So the courtyard extends up. Let's see, what can we do? So here's the staircase that leads up here. There's this hallway where, I think you can access it twice. There are 2 restrooms that are actually right above the ones that are in the main hallway. like a lot of these places actually in this section. Another classroom, which is 200A. The one on the bottom was 100A. There's this hallway which you can't access, but thank God that these doors have windows so you can look in with the camcorder and see what's inside. But I don't know what's inside these rooms. I think these are storage rooms because right below them are storage rooms, and like I said, they're supposed to be the same. But I don't know what's through this door. There's a bunch of classrooms here that kind of have their own hallway. That's kind of a weird design, but you see these a couple of times too. One of the famous ones is where you're hanging in the window, and then you go through here and you make your way to the library. We'll get to that in a minute. But this area right here, this hallway, is in that scene where you see a bunch of hanging bodies outside the courtyard. There are 2 restrooms. And then a couple, well, this is a classroom, and then there's another office, and I would assume storage room, but you actually can't get in this room because it's locked. Ooh. In this area, I don't really know about it because you can't access it, and I don't know if there's a door here or not. But on this side, there is, but we don't know where it goes to. Here's where the staircase comes up. There's really only an office in here. Over here is the swimming pool, which does have a hallway that curves around it and has some nice windows looking into it. There's also some bleachers, and that staircase goes back down to the changing rooms. Here are the computer labs. There's 2 of them. And then there's like these 2 other rooms off of it, and a computer lab, and I think like a meeting room. It has a table, some chairs around it. And here's kind of the main entrance. So you have this room with a desk, and on the left you can either go to the computer lab, or on the right you can go into the library, which is kind of a cool setup. I think in my school kind of has that, but not really. In my school, it's just you enter the library and it contains the computer labs, like kind of like let's say this is the library and then it has computer labs inside. So I think that's kind of a cool setup. But you have this hallway here, and this part is kind of where the sprinkler systems rain blood. So there's a classroom, which is yet another inaccessible room, but it's there. See, I kind of have a question mark. I'm kind of unsure because you can't get in it. Actually, I think it might be a classroom because I think you can look through that window. So yeah, then there's this hallway, which there's really no point to it, just as a classroom. There's 2 more restrooms, and then over here, 100B is actually a little like maintenance area, which has a ladder leading up to the roof. And then this hallway kind of branches down. There's another entrance into the library. And that's kind of a section where it's 2 stories tall. And I think that might be it. Yeah, so give you one last look. You can see that school isn't really that big. Some of the school scenes do take place in the same place a few times, so. Actually, something interesting, the first ever school scene, which is pretty short after the helicopter crash scene, you walk down a couple of hallways and Father Welch is walking there, and then you turn around and Jessica's there with the wave of blood. That is actually not part of it. I could not find where that part connects to. There is the only school scene that I left out, but every other one is here, so that's pretty interesting. I want to look at it again, see if it matches up with anything. Could actually be one of the parts where I don't know where it goes to, so. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'll definitely have to keep looking into that. But we have one last part. The roof, which is only in one school scene. Let's kind of begin. Yeah, so after you defeat Laird and Nick, you open a hatch and you kind of have this, you're on the roof. There's a bunch of snow everywhere. You'll make your way through here. You can see the courtyard. The V's are to represent vents. So there's a bunch of vents, some fences, which kind of prevents you from going onto the other roof sections. But then you go through here, there's this fenced-in area, which I think has vents or some electrical stuff. Yeah, I don't know what that goes to. But then you can access the staircase area. And actually, yeah, I included that, but I don't know where that leads to, so. And then here's the boundary, so the roof can't extend past this part because there's a wall there. And there's no overhangs. So I think that's it for the roof. Alright guys, so that's it for the Outlast 2 school. St. Sybil High School. I don't get it. It's a high school, but Jessica, Blake, and Lynn are like in 4th grade, so. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It was definitely fun doing this, putting it like a puzzle. I kind of did that for the Asylum, with Outlast and Whistleblower. I just connected those 2 parts. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it kind of shows you how the school was. And will I be making the entire game? I've kind of been working on some parts. Specifically, some parts of Templegate and the mine. Well, not the actual mines, like that building, the red building, where it rains blood, yeah. So, those might be coming in the future, although I'm not done with them, and I don't think I'm going to make it like fancy like this, as you can see here. It's a bunch of straight lines, lots of detail, but for the ones I'm making, I'm not really focusing on that. I'm just kind of making them to see, okay, so this is how it all goes. So, and they don't really connect, so kind of a dead end there. And also, of course, you have the with Outlast 2, it's harder to do a map because with the school scenes interrupting certain parts, so that kind of sucks. But this is the best I have for right now. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If you guys, have a PC and you can do like the mods, they're allowed to go like 3D and look around. Maybe you can help me with the some of the secret spots. Even if there's nothing there, that'll be good to know, so I don't have to like beat myself up about it that I can't get to this part. So, you don't have to do it; it's not required, but it is appreciated because for the Asylum, I definitely got a lot of help with that, and I wanna thank you everyone to helps me with these indirectly. They don't even know that they're helping me, but it was nice. So yeah, guys, that's it for right now for Outlast 2. And yeah, so I wish you a good morning, day, or night. And I'll be leaving, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.